Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona, and this week I'm using the Greenery Lane bundle. Let's show you the dies. Lovely dies, and the stamping. I love the fonts on the sentiments, but also the leaves are two-step stamping, so I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to share that with you using my brand new Stampin Positoner Tool. Just a quick reminder, bonus days coupons. If you earn any between January and the 2nd of February, you can now use them. And they've got to be used by 28th of February, so don't forget to use them. Each one would be worth £4.50. So yeah, I've got a few to use. Great. Okay, let's get down to my hands. Okay, and I've got 3 projects to share with you today, but first I wanted to show you, I'm always saying to you, if you spend £30 in my online store, you'll get a free kit to make my projects. And I thought, let's show you exactly what's in a kit. So this is what it'll come like. Everything that I can die cut for you, I will. No stamped images. You'd have to use, if you haven't got what I use, then you'd need to use your own. So there's ribbon, there's die cut there, there's another punch there, some DSP for you to fussy cut, a label, some twine, ribbon, and it comes packaged like that. And then here is it. So you get each card base and what you need to make that card as I've made it. Okay, so that's the first one. You see, I've even embossed for you. And there's the third one. That is missing something, which I need to put in for you. Okay, so let's move on to card number 1. So I'm using the Greenery Lane bundle, which is in the January to April mini catalogue. I do love these fonts. And I don't know if you can see, so you would stamp this outline image and then you would stamp the inside image, and it saves you colouring in. You can colour in if you prefer, but it saves you colouring in. And so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 images like that. I'm going to be using this one today, I think. And then the dies, you've got the dies to cut out these leaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you've got an additional one which has some detail, and you can just cut that out. And I've done that on previous projects. I think I did it last week actually. Now also, as part of this suite is some washi tape. Look how huge this washi tape is. Okay, and the great thing is, these are the leaves from the dies, so you can die cut them. Now obviously die cutting washi tape is going to stick, so the simple answer to that is to put a piece of the washi tape onto a piece of card. I've used basic white, and then your dies will fit, and you can cut them out. Then you can either peel the washi tape off and just use the washi tape, or just glue down on the back of the white. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you, and then we'll move on to project number 1. I just love this. Now, I'm trying to be really conscientious. I always end up, the annual catalogue ends at the beginning of May, and we lose the 2024 to 2026 in colours, which are these ones here. Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, and Petunia Pop. So what I've done this time is I've got my cardstock out. I've got my ribbons. I don't think I've got the designer series paper, but I need to check on that. And I'm using them now, rather than leaving it to the last minute when they sell out and then I can't use them anymore. Also, I'm using some new dots. These are the Moody Palette Glossy Dots, and they are gorgeous. Got white, cloud cover, old olive, and secret sea. So I'm using, for my card base for this first one, I'm using Summer Splash, and the designer series paper, which is in the annual catalogue, which is Florals in Bloom. And I didn't get the dies, so I am actually having to fussy cut. So did I do that in advance? I really hope I did. I did. Cool. Okay, so on this card, you've got some peach pie and you've got some cloud cover. I think that's kind of stamped off Summer Splash actually, but yeah. And then some ribbon is the Secret Sea, the latest Secret Sea. I just love that, really do. The punch is the Heartfelt Hexagon, which is still around now. So my basic card base, half of A4, so it's 29.6, scored in half at 14.8 by 10.5. And I wanted a piece of basic white. I felt if I just put the designer series paper on straight away, it doesn't pop. But if I put the white on, it just makes it pop a little bit. But I'm getting short of white, so I cut my label out of the middle. My label that's going to go on there, and then I can just pop my designer series paper on there, and nobody's any the wiser that I've cut that out. So let's just get some glue. I am going to run out of this, but I've got my refill next to me. So, and it's pouring with rain here. I thought it had stopped, but it's not. It's just incessant. Right, let's get my silicone mat just in case I go over the edge. So I've got a nice white frame there. And I think this is, yeah, so it's 14.3 by 10 is my white. And then as you saw, I die cut the textured notes out. Now, the textured notes have gone on last chance list and they are reduced. So if you haven't already got them, I use them a lot. They are great. I'll be disappointed to see them go, but while they're around, I can use them, so that's fine. And I'm going to glue this straight onto my card base, my Summer Splash card base, gorgeous colour. Okay, and I'm giving that just because I want to see the Summer Splash around the edge. Just trying to get that straight. Okay, lovely, lovely paper. And then I've already folded my ribbon. So this bit of ribbon is about 18.5 centimeters, and then I just snipped it at an angle, and then I'm just folding it in half. And I've got my Heartfelt Hexagon. Now I could put that over there like that. I don't know. I'll give it a try and see. I'm going to pop. Oh no, I'm not putting dimensionals on. I won't press this down too hard. So if I decide I don't like it, I can lift it up. So that's folded in half. That might be too long. We'll see how it looks. Oh, I haven't put my... Okay, I'm going to stick that on there like that. I haven't put my textured notes on, and I'm putting everything on flat simply because of the postage. You're welcome to use dimensionals, but know that it might well make it a large letter when you're posting it. Okay, so that's just going to get centered. Straight, hopefully. And then that didn't go quite the way I wanted it to. There we go. Oh yeah, I like that. That can go. And then it's just going on the corner. Need a little bit of a... It's frayed a little bit because I was tearing it off. So let's just try and... a bit more of an angle. There we go. Okay, and then this time I've cut the flowers out in peach pie, just to have a bit of a pop of colour. I was going with the tone on tone on that one, but I just thought I'd tried something a bit different on this one. Let's put dimensionals there, and I need a tiny little bit of wet glue on the bottom. Get my silicone mat back. Take the backings off. And so, as you saw in the kit, I've included a little bit of designer series paper for you to then fussy cut your own flowers. And we're going to pop that there. Okay. I didn't stamp my sentiment. Now, I want to bring in my brand new Stampin Positioner Tool, which I am in love with. It's fabulous. And what I'm going to stamp is Wishing You Well. So it's quite a long one. And I like to have my dies sitting on the words so I can see. I'm hoping Stampin' Up's going to start doing that soon, but they're not at the moment. So I'm going to do it this way because I'm just using the mini, I don't know what you call it, positioner. Right, let's put that there. Maybe I need to move that a bit, line it up on that line. There. Push down and then it picks up. Now I'm going to need to stamp Wishing You Well. So I'm going to get my card where I want it. Wishing You Well. Put my magnets on there. And the thing to be careful with the little one is it does move. So you need to make sure that you've got it straight when you stamp. I'm going to get my ink. So I'm going to use Summer Splash ink. And make sure it's straight. And good coverage. Yes. How lovely is that? That worked well. See, I should really have done that before I put it on there, but I forgot. But with that, that was perfect. Okay. I think I'm going to need that again in a minute. I'm just going to give the stamp a clean because I'm not going to be using that one again. I don't think. Okay. Let's pop it back onto its Wishing You Well. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop some dots on, and then that's card number 1 done. Just get my Stampin' Positioner Tool out of the way just to keep it safe. Okay, so I'm going to use Secret C because we've got the Secret C ribbon and there is some Secret C there in the card, in the paper. They look like they've got white dots in them, but it's the light reflecting in it. As soon as I move it away from the light, it goes. It's weird. It looks like eyes. And I would put, not sure if I've done it on this, I have done it, I've put an insert in, so I will do the same on that one. Okay, so there you go. That's card number 1. Really, really loving that. Moving on to card 2. So I'm going to use some Petunia Pop, and I've actually used all my cardstock up with this card. So I had to, for my embossing, I used the two-tone, which is why I don't know if you can see. If I take this, you actually can, the white comes through. And so that's fun. Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so again, a relatively simple card. It's 21 centimeters by 14.8, scored in half at 10.5, again half of A4. And then my piece of white is 7.5 by 10, and my two-tone that I've embossed is 10 by 14.3, and then I've just fussy cut the large flower, and then the Petunia Pop ribbon, which is still available. It's from the Halloween suite, and it is on the last chance list, and it is reduced, but it's still available. So I'm using that up. And again, I've put an insert in because it's a coloured card. So okay, so I've got everything ready. I just got to fussy cut that card. Now, before I do that this time, I'm going to stamp. So let's bring back in the positioner, and I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And we're saying love and hugs this time. Or love and hugs. So let's get the stamp set out. You can see I've used it. It's got like a red hue on it from the Petunia Pop. Whoops, a daisy. Love and hugs. Actually, I've got someone I could be sending that to right now. Or if they both don't like this, it's not. Come on, play the game, folks. Let's put this down flat. There we go. That was just annoying me. Okay, so love and hugs. What? Right, okay. Where am I putting that? I'm going to use this diagonal, and I'm going to pop this where I want it. Then see whether, yeah, it will work. Okay, so just picked up my stamp. Love and hugs. Line it up. Lovely jubbly. Pop that away. And I'll just give this a quick clean. My last bit of kitchen roll. I can hear, I've got my window open because the lights make it hot in here, and it is really coming down, the rain. Okay, and I'm going to clean it with my chamois. I can't remember what I've got in the last one. Here for you, I think. So we're using 3 different sentiments. Oops. Wrong way round. There we go, love and hugs. Let's put everything together. So I'm going to use, so you can see this is the two-tone, so it's lighter on the other side. I could do that for contrast. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm going to use wet glue. Should be enough. No right or wrong with this way up. Whoops. Just got some glue on my finger. I think I've got it on there as well. Okay. And then that is going to go across the middle. Use wet glue again because of the embossing. There we go. Okay, so now I need to not use my ribbon scissors. Whoops, and I need to just fussy cut. So nice to have a nice big flower. And I think this is fresh freesia, the flower, with a little bit of the leaf popping in. And then that's going to go on the edge there, and that is going to go on the dimensionals. Everything else has gone on flat, so hopefully that won't put the postage up too much. 4, yeah, 1 in the middle. I got some lovely little Jamie pots, pinch pots for Christmas, and I need to bring them up so they are to work in my room for things like this, the backings. Okay, let's put that on the edge. There we go. And then the bow in the beautiful petunia pop ribbon. And a glue dot. Okay, I'm just going to trim. There we go. And put that down underneath our flower. Oh, gems. So I've chosen, because there's a little bit of green on there, I know that's, I think it's either Shaded Spruce or Shy Shamrock, but I'm going to pop some Old Olive gems. One, two, three. There we go. And again, I will put an insert inside. So that's card number 2. Love, love, love it. Okay, moving on to card number 3. We're going back to the Summer Splash. And I really love this one. I just love this flower. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Scissors in there. Okay. So using one of the new label dies, I can't remember what they're called, and I've got some designer series paper, which is that's the right way to open. So this I have cut down to 9.5 by 13.8 because I wanted a little bit more of the Summer Splash to show, and it's highlighting this bit, this flower here, which is in Summer Splash. Okay, so really, really pretty paper. Available for another couple of months until the annual catalogue starts to wind down. There we go. Okay, then we've got this, which I'm going to stamp here for you, and I'm stamping that in what's it called? Strawberry slush. I wanted to say splash, but it's not a strawberry slush. So I'm gonna need here for you bring the stamping position back in. Gonna wedge it in between those two there. Here for you. There we go. Great. Just love the fonts. Really, really lovely. It is staining them, but there's nothing I can do about that. Let's get the ink out of the way before I make a mess. So I've got my card base with, and I've got the strawberry slush there, which should just be peeking out, hopefully. I've also got it up here, so I'm going to actually cover it over. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals on this. Let's cut this in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Oh, look, a new pack of dimensionals. Oh, sorry, move the camera. we go. Take the backings off. Okay, and then that's going to go about there. So you're seeing some of the flowers at the bottom, and then we've got that beautiful one there. Now, I want to show you how I did this leaf, and then obviously I die cut it. So I did have a piece of white here. So this is the two-step stamping. So I'm going to get my positioner back in. Let's get the stamps out. Whoops. Don't want to lose that bit of twine. Bring the big one back in, okay? So I'm going to pop that in there like that. No, it's not in there properly. Let's see where the quarter is. There we go. Pop. And I'm going to take the outline first. Whoops, a daisy. Put that a bit closer. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to use Summer Splash. Making sure I've got it the right way up. Okay, so now I've got my outline. Let's just quickly clean that. And now I've got my filler. So I'm going to lay that down. And it's not exact, it's kind of like it goes outside the lines. So let's pick that up. And I'm going to ink this up. And then oh voila, isn't that cute? Now what I did with this one was I actually stamped off, so you can see it's much darker on this one than on this one, and then I just die cut it with the relevant die cut, but so pretty. So right, again I'm going to get my ink out of the way so I don't get it everywhere. Give it a quick clean, and then we can finish our card. Oops. Okay, going back to a card now, and I've just laid that on flat, so I'm just going to pop some seal on. I think I used wet glue originally, but pop that on like so. And then I've got this beautiful white and gold ribbon, which is in the Christmas catalogue, but it's still on sale. It's not in the last chance, it's still available. It comes in a double pack with black and gold. So I either make it too big or too small. Let's see if I can get it right. There we go. That's it. And another glue dot. Whoops, a daisy. And I've rolled the glue dot up. I'm just going to pop it on there across my stem and then pop that on there like that. Lovely. Really liking this. Just love the fonts. And again, and that's picking out the pink. And again, I will put an insert inside. So that's card 3. Let's bring back our other cards. This card, so that's Shaded Summer Splash and Strawberry Slush, Petunia Pop, and Summer Splash and Peach Pie and Secret Sea. Oh, yes, I did put gems on. I didn't put them on this one though. I've used cloud cover just to pick out the cloud cover flowers. So let's just quickly pop that on there. Whoa, where did that go? Okay, one there. Oh, come on. One there. And, oh, dearie me, they don't want to come off. Wow. There we go. And that can go up there with the secret. Nope. Up there with the cloud cover flower. There we go. So there's today's 3 projects. As I showed you earlier, this is how your kit comes with everything that you need to make the 3 cards, except for the stamped images. You just need to use your own sentiments, and if you've got some foliage or even a flower to go there. But I hope you enjoyed that. I've put the links to my shop. Also forgot to tell you about the fantastic, I've been using the Stampin Positioning Tool today, and if you join my team before the 2nd of March, the usual £130 worth of products for £99, which is the best deal going, they are giving you the Stampin Positioning Tool free, and it's worth £49. That's what I paid for it. So great deal. Love to have you on my team. And that's it for now. I'll be back next week, and I cannot remember what I'm doing next week, so watch this space. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.